traditional millennial. I got my people with me again, so I think that I can dispense with any of the preliminary introduction stuff. We don't have to do that. Y'all have already gained credibility here. I think so. People got to know y'all a little bit last time, so I think they know what they're getting themselves into. So I think we're okay. They know you. We're good there.
Cool.
But I do want to do this real quick. I want to preface the conversation with this. I feel like sometimes I need to ameliorate myself with some things, and so I want people to know why we're doing these particular episodes. For one, I do this podcast because I believe that this is I know that this is something that the Lord has tasked me with, and so until He tells me to stop doing it, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But we are doing these particular episodes because I feel like it is so important for people to get different perspective on things. It's important for people to get insight from different people. And so, I think that as we go through life, especially as single people, single adults, it's good to know that people are not alone. People need to know that they're not alone in their singleness and that they can live in their singleness with contentment. And there are other people out there that are just like them who are waiting on the Lord to send them someone, or who are just living their single life with joy and peace and happiness. We don't claim to be experts. We don't have all of the answers, but we are in that place with you. And so just to know that sometimes is very encouraging. It gives you hope and it gives you peace for the journey. And so I think it's important that people can see that in other people, and they can know that they can wait on the Lord, and He is going to come through for them in a really good, mighty way, and they can just live this single thing out until He sends them the person that they need in their life. So that is why we're doing these episodes. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the conversation. Is that all right?
That's good.
So I wanna start by asking y'all this. So whenever we're around a lot of different people, we interact with different people, we encounter different people, whether they're in marriages, whether they're in relationships, whether they're on the verge of marriage, like whether they're single, whatever. What have y'all noticed when you look at other people's relationships, or even from your own experiences? What have you noticed outside of faith that is missing in relationships now that needs to be there?
I think communication is lacking.
Okay.
In relationships, in friendships.
Let me ask you before. When you say communication, because people communicate, but what do you mean when you say?
I mean, like,
may not be.
Like,
what are you saying?
If I upset you, if I've done something wrong, don't harvest that. Just go ahead and say, hey, what you did, I don't like that. Being verbal with each other in the right spirit. Now, don't be going with rolling your neck.
Right.
Just be able to talk like grown people, We're not children. And we got to learn how to be able to talk to each other without the pot boiling. You know what I mean? And then even if that happens, you got to be, as the spiritual person, you got to be the one to be able to know when to calm it down.
What if
like take the pot off the stove.
What if both of y'all are spiritual?
You need to take the pot. My mama used to say, you can't argue by yourself. So it take two to argue. Yeah. And then she says, somebody got to be the smart one to just be quiet. So somebody in that relationship got to be the one to say, okay, let's just table that. It take grown folks to do that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Grown folks that think about what they have, and if you got peace in your home, if you ain't got no money, as long as you got peace.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of people don't have peace in their relationships because they're not communicating. Come on. See that?
So I'll add to what Cliff said, and I'll say discreet communication. And we touched on it last time, but the social media piece. Some people, like he said, that pot get the boiling, they'll go make a post, subliminal, or get they call it sneak dissing.
Sneak dissing, I've never heard that. I'm absolute.
Yeah,
I think Cliff took everybody's answer, communication. It takes a level of vulnerability and emotional intelligence to be able to communicate how you're feeling. A lot of times you don't even know. You just know you feeling some kind of way. Okay, what is some kind of way? How can you identify that? And I speak to that because I had issues with that or whatever, because I would dismiss my feelings. I grew up doing that. But being able to articulate how you feel and be vulnerable in that and feel safe. And that person also has to create a atmosphere of emotional safety as well.
Right.
Or am I safe to be able to tell you how I really feel without being attacked?
Right.
So communication definitely was
And
my
see,
answer.
just what she said the way she handled things is that's the way she's brought up, right? So that should have been communicated, while you're dating, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he'll know and understand that.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways.
Right.
We both have to be able to say, okay, I trust you enough with this information. Because you don't want to tell everybody your business, about your childhood or whatever else.
Right.
It has to be that person that God has really put in your life for real. Not just somebody, one nighter.
Not
Right,
one
yeah.
night.
Hoping that he or she the one,
Right.
and you go to spilling all your
no.
business,
Yeah.
No, you just ran them off, right?
Yeah, doing too much. I think, of course, communication is key like that, but I think that's in life in general. Like, you got to be able to communicate on a job. You need to be able to communicate with your family. Like, no matter what type of relationship you're dealing with, you ought to learn how to communicate with people, because we don't know how to read minds. Like, and two, like, I think it helps you to even learn yourself better.
Right.
Whenever you can learn how to communicate with a person. But something that I think we don't see a lot of now is selflessness in relationships. I feel like a lot of people love people in a way that's going to benefit them.
Yep.
So it's almost like I'm not gonna love you so that you can love yourself better or treat yourself better, treat your family better, your friends better, so you can be a better community asset. Like, that's not why I'm investing in you. I'm investing in you because I want something from you, and it's not a give to give relationship. It's a give to get relationship.
Right.
So but the thing about that is what I don't understand with people is that if I choose you. If I choose to be with you, then that means that part of me has to believe that I'm going to get something from you anyway. Like, I know you're going to pour into me. I know you're going to invest in me because you see value in me. And so if I'm always looking to do stuff for you and wanting you to do something for me because I did that for you, that's not a really good relationship dynamic in general. And I think a lot of people are selfish in that way.
That is so true.
They're so selfish.
That's so true.
And then just the environment and the climate that we're in now doesn't even help it at all. Because people are like teaching you to be looking for something from somebody all the time. Like, that's not healthy.
Right.
Because you may not always get something in return.
Right.
Sometimes you just need to do something because that's just good to do. It's just the best thing to do. And it may be good for you to do.
Right.
And so I don't know.
That's scripture anyway.
Right.
About expecting nothing in return.
Expecting nothing in return.
Invite somebody that can't invite you back.
That's right. Yes, because the Bible tells us what good is it to do good for the people that do good for you.
Right.
It's you gonna get rewarded when you do good for the people who don't do good.
That can't do.
That can't.
Good.
Yeah.
Right.
So but I think again that just you coming from a selfish place whenever that's what you're always looking for. And something else too that I think, just to kind of go along with it, and I'm not trying to talk too much. It's probably gonna be about the most I talk. But I don't know. Y'all may not agree with me when I say this either. But I think when I look at marriages these days and the ones that actually make it past 6 months.
Sound like me now.
It's bad, so bad. It's bad. But when I look at marriages, something that I think is not there is the idea of oneness. I don't think people really know what that looks like. And I'm not saying I'm a pro. I've never been married, but all I know is what I've read in scripture, and I really do believe that is a very inerrant authoritative word. So I'm not going to argue with that.
Right.
But you don't see a lot of that. And I think people know, this is in a lot of areas. People know what to do in theory, but they don't know how to do it practically. And I think that that's what people deal with whenever they decide that they want to get married. Mm-hmm. They go in thinking, they say, well, yeah, we're one. This is my rib and this bone, my bone. Mm-hmm. They say all of this stuff, but they don't really know how to implement it. And then you see it come out in their marriages. You see that they have this individualism amongst them that is noticeable. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they notice it, but other people notice it. And I don't, but I think that comes in. This is the part y'all may not agree with me on. I don't know. Y'all might be like, yes, girl, that's it. But I think that whenever you're dating seriously, exclusively, you talking about marriage with a person, I think something ought to click in you to say, as soon as I get married to this person, I got to be one with this person. Not 3 years down the road, not 3 months, but as soon as we say I do. So I need to be thinking with that mindset now, and even asking myself, can I see myself being one with this person? Is this a person that if something were, like if I were to take your heart out of your chest right now, you could not live. Will I be like this with this person? Is this my person? Like, can I see myself in that space? And I don't think people really ask themselves those questions. I don't really think they get that serious about stuff. They want to do serious stuff, but they don't really want to be serious about it. So I don't know. That's something that I've noticed in a lot of marriages and just in relationships in general. People don't accept the idea that you gotta shed some stuff. You gotta compromise and sacrifice.
I think the problem with that is no patience. We don't have patience. We don't have patience to wait on you to get your stuff together. We just don't have patience. Right. We need to ask God for more patience. If this is the person, like you said, the person that exclusively this is who I'm gonna marry, with an already, it's a done deal. We've been dating for a year or whatever. This is him. This is the one. Now you got to be patient for him to. If there's something that you see need to come on, you know what I mean? Like, I need you to do more of this. Okay, you got to have patience because you don't know how they was raised. You don't know what they had to endure in their childhood. The reason why they're not where you are in a certain place where you would think they should be, or you want them to be. If that's the place and they're good people, you know what I'm saying? You have to have patience to coach them on, which no one has that time no more. No one wants. I'm serious.
It's very much one wrong move and you out of here.
One wrong move, and then it also everything stems from this selfishness, because if you see you doing everything and this person's not, it's not a selfish thing, but come on.
Yeah.
What I mean. What it say? If I'm gonna be unhappy, I'm gonna be unhappy by myself.
That's true. For real.
Yeah, so, I mean, even when you date, you just got to know these, just get to know that you can be comfortable with this person. You can be yourself with this person. Yeah. That way you can have patience with them because you understand this person. That comes with the communication. See, all this stuff ties in together to make a good relationship.
Right.
These are the key points that every relationship needs.
To the recipe.
Yeah, right. And one ingredient that's not in there, that cake ain't going to be right. If you don't put all of it in there, patience, you know what I'm saying? You got to do all this. Yeah. So, and you got to trust all this kind of stuff. That's why, it don't last long. A lot of people going into it with the wrong motives.
Absolutely.
And stuff like that.
Absolutely.
A lot of men get women because she got a good job. He ain't even working. She'll pull it right up in her house. You hear what I'm saying? Go ahead, evangelist. Say something.
What I was going to add to what Brittany was saying about the oneness, I think part of that problem is people think that they're going to wait till they get married in order to start doing those things. You should start doing those things as you court, especially when you're serious. Those are things you should already be doing. You should already be a wife before you become a wife.
Right.
You know, and there, you know, arguments around that, you know, don't treat a man like your husband if he ain't, you know, I understand that, but there are certain things that you should be cultivating along the way. You think it's just a switch that you're going to flip and you're just going to automatically do. This is something that has been, you know, nurtured or whatever. This is something that has already been worked on. So the transition is not, you know, so drastic whenever you do say I do.
Right.
That's true. I like it. But I'm not. You're not bringing your clothes to my house though, and I'm watching.
Oh no.
I mean, you know, if something just not happening, yeah, you know, it's dirty and you stuff. I got
not
you,
even your fiance.
Long as he bringing them and leaving them.
No. No. Wait. Do you have a washer and dryer?
What if you don't?
House? If he doesn't, I'm asking questions. What were you doing before you met me? Like, how were you washing your clothes before you met me? I
the laundromat.
We ain't finna go into all that.
He might have frequented the laundromat.
Yeah.
That you can.
And then you can say, "Oh, baby, you ain't got to go to the laundromat no more." Come on your off day and wash your clothes.
She said, "No, you still gotta use that laundromat."
Is you still gonna send him to the laundromat?
My fiance, no, I would not. I wouldn't send my fiance to the laundromat.
Right.
But
not your boyfriend. I won't think about. We think about the one that you said is the one.
Well, that's different. That's different. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
but you know, some people are out here doing stuff for people that they have no clue about.
Met them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. But now
because they're doing it for themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You want to unpack this a little bit?
Well, kind of like what you said earlier, like, and it's a very slippery slope and it's tricky. It's people who do things for other people, but it's still with a selfish mentality.
Absolutely.
So you're doing those things because it's like, look at me.
Yes,
or,
absolutely.
I gave this to you. I made you feel this and that. It's very like self.
Yeah.
It's self-absorbed, basically.
Self-absorbed. And I just, like, that thought just crossed my mind. I just posted something like that on social media the other day. If everything is about you, nothing is for anybody else. It's not. It can't possibly be.
Right.
Because so even if I give you $1 million, but I want you to tell the world that I gave you $1 million, that is not for you. That is for me. And I want to get something from that. Because now, like you said, you want people to look at you. So
I'll tell them.
And I will tell them. And then I want to throw that in your face too. As soon as something happens, I'm going to tell, well, you remember I gave you $1 million, or don't act for, you know, like how people do, like they want to throw it back in your face and make you feel bad about it. But if you bring your clothes to my house, I'm not going to make you feel bad about it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wash your clothes.
You give me $1 million.
Or allow you to wash them.
What you say?
With using my stuff.
Yeah, right. Well,
with you on that, bro.
I'll be like, I'll be there.
I don't want people to do it. So I'm going to do it. I'm only going to do it because I don't want you to do it.
Okay, Brittany.
But I don't know. I have to pray about that stuff.
No, well, I mean, if it's you don't like, if that's not you, then don't do it.
It just depends. It depends on the situation. And it depends on the person, too, to deal with. But I'm not going to be, I say that Lord's willing, I hope that I keep my right mind and I don't end up with somebody that would just be out here, you know, being foolish and trying to take advantage of me. I hope I don't settle for something like that. But I don't think I would be doing that. So if I am, you know, extending certain, I don't say privileges, or just certain amenities to someone, then it would be because I know the relationship dynamic we have in it, and I know what's going on there, you know. But just doing that stuff for just anybody, no, absolutely not.
I'll agree with that.
Not doing that.
I agree.
Because I'm not going to pay just anybody's cable bill or their light bill or not just anybody.
No.
But if you're my significant one, my other, and you're my better half or whatever, and I know you're going to be my wife and you got a bill you need, here you go. At your house.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want you to lose your house or nothing to have to move in here.
Knew that was on the way.
How much you need?
Hilarious. I love it. Hey, speaking of that, I wanna go here real quick. You said last time.
Oh Lord.
When you said you were talking and you were like, you just said house. This made me think of this. Mm-hmm. So you were like, hold on. You said I ain't moving in no woman's house. You remember you said that? Mm-hmm. Or something like that. And then Dre amened you over here. I feel like he amened
100%.
Talk about that. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like it like impacts like gender roles or balance in the relationship? Like, what made you say that? Like,
it's a personal.
Okay.
I don't want to live with nobody. I want to have full control over. Because I ain't gonna let nobody get mad at me and put me out.
Okay.
You hear what I'm saying?
You brought that around because it was just like, what?
listen.
So are you saying you don't want to live with anybody up to a certain point, or you just saying that's what it is?
Listen, I just like to be in control of my surrounding, my car. I preach that. Have your own things. Your car, your home. Now, when you get married and y'all want to join, then that's fine. That's all I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm asking, though. So, like, I thought you were saying it like you were saying you weren't going to move into a woman's home before y'all got married.
Right. Even after.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Because before we get married, I need to be in my own place.
I got you.
Yeah. Now, if you got a better home.
Right, I was gonna go there.
And you like, I ain't, like this man thing. I got to be. No, I ain't like that.
Okay.
And if your house is better than mine, more room, and seems like it's the best. Yes, let's do that. Now, where's the papers?
Right.
So I can put my name on it.
Right. You know, the mortgage documents, the title deed, all that.
I mean,
Okay.
So.
Dre, what you thinking about over there?
Those are the details. If that's the situation, say you meet somebody and they already have a mortgage that they've taken on.
Right.
If I move in, I definitely got to be. My name has to be on it
for sure.
And then be working on. We'll be working on getting our house bought together.
I don't think it should be any other way.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it would. Yeah. I think that's just the acceptable thing to do.
Yeah, because I've seen women that was taking on all of the load. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen how that caused so much hate in them for that person. And so I don't want to go through that, and I don't like altercations. I'm a peaceful person, and when I see it getting bad, I get nervous. I'm getting up and getting out. No, we're not. I'm not finna.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Well, you don't have an ego in this. Some men do.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even about like the woman maybe using that against him or something. Some men just are power tripping and they don't. And I mean, if that's you, if that's what you want to do, if you can't, concede to that, then that's fine. But I don't know. I don't know. Is that like an issue? Should that be an issue?
I just think that you should be able to support yourself within a within a marriage. I don't think you should be leaning on someone. I think you should be there to help. So I mean, if you out of a job for now, I'm not gonna be sweating you because you don't have no job. I'm gonna take on my responsibilities as far as my house. And then when you get a job, then we just start doing right back to what we was doing. But it ain't panning out like that these days. It ain't.
No.
So I'm gonna stay single. How about that?
I just knew you weren't gonna say that this time.
I knew. And I told myself, I said, Cliff.
Hope for you.
I said, Cliff, and I said, what? Listen, this time, don't talk. Just listen.
Oh.
Just listen. Don't talk. Because you get in a lot of trouble when you talk. And I can't help it.
The Lord's going to change your mind. And He's going to change your heart.
You said the Lord's going to change my
He
mind?
might. I don't know if He's going to. I can't
I think I told y'all my age last time, right? If He ain't changed it yet.
People get married at like
You know,
65.
when you get old, you get settled in your ways too.
But it's people that get married when they get older. And I can see. Have you ever been married? No, I don't know if you told us that or not. So I could see if you have been married and you lost your spouse or something, you just didn't want to do it again. But you've never been married, so you don't ever know. You don't ever know what will happen or who you'll meet.
But it still don't change the fact I don't want to be around nobody like that all the time. Man.
That's today.
Okay.
In 2 months, and maybe.
All right, you know we don't know the future. Praise the Lord.
We do not.
But the Lord know my heart.
He does, doesn't he?
He can change it, can't
He
he?
can.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I want to ask y'all this since I brought up gender roles. It's funny. Since I brought up gender roles, and we talked about this before on social media. You have a way better outlook on this than I do. How y'all feel about women shooting their shot or initiating dating or approaching a man? Like, how do y'all feel about that? You know, some men don't like it. Like, some men don't want to see that happen, but some men do. I actually had some people that said, I don't even how I framed the question. I don't even remember. But some men disagree with it. So, how do y'all feel about that?
So I don't think that. Well, I'll say when it comes to women, quote unquote, shooting that shot, y'all don't have to do half as much as we have to do. So it's not never really a shoot your shot type of thing, in my opinion.
I totally feel like it's a shoot your shot type of thing. What? So explain to me, because I'm feeling. I'm not.
Like a man, like we got to go above and beyond to express interest. Like as a woman, it takes nothing to express interest in a man. Like nothing. Like it's literally like a couple words that need to be said. For a man, it's way more difficult. I think.
Be interested in you.
Yeah.
See, women, y'all play the game like you don't like it. Like you don't like them when they come and shoot their game, right? You be like, done all this, and making them work.
So much fun, ain't it?
You can come to a man.
You smell good.
You smell good.
What?
Right.
What we talking about?
And then he look. Then if you're looking good, you ain't got to say much.
Is it really that easy?
But for me, I welcome it. But you got to come with some sense. That's what I was like. Hey, no, bye. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I got
You know what I'm saying? You come say,
That's
how you
funny.
doing, man? How you doing? My name is so-and-so. Have a seat.
Okay.
But if you come in, you sure is fine. That don't do nothing for me.
Yeah. I feel that.
You know, that some men may need that.
Right.
To hear that.
Oh my
God.
God.
But when you know.
Vakesia, how do you feel? Like, what are you okay with shooting your shot? Like, how does that look for you?
How does that look for me? I don't think I've actually ever done that. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've.
Yeah, me either.
It just, I mean,
Never had to,
I
huh?
think the chemistry between me and other people, it just organically happens. Like, we just gravitate towards each other. It's not me having to make myself known to anybody, you know? So I can't say that I've actually done that, and I don't know if I ever will.
So you don't feel like you should or you need to or it's necessary? Like,
Not in this time in my life.
not today.
Not
You sound like
today.
Cliff. Not today.
Not today.
That's gonna be 2 months from now. Yeah, yeah. Y'all say it's easy
Very.
for a woman to show interest. I do not agree. and maybe
not for. It's not hard for y'all to show interest.
I don't know how to. Maybe I don't know how to do that then. So I don't agree. I feel like maybe it's hard. Maybe it's an internal thing that I need to work through over here because I feel like I've not ever had to do it. I don't know.
So
like but I have been told in the past, not recently, in my former years, you know, I've been told a guy, he went off on me, like he cussed me out. He was so angry at me, and I didn't understand why. I was young. I was in my 20s, and I didn't really know what was happening. I was so confused on the phone. But he was like, "You don't know how to show interest. You don't know how to you like all this stuff." And I'm like, "What do you mean? We're on the phone right now. I don't get it." I didn't really understand what he meant. And so I don't really know. Maybe that's something I'm not really good at. Maybe.
So what was his particular complaint? I didn't catch that.
So we were dating, but y'all gotta know me a little. And we've had this conversation before. I'm not really an
intimate
emotion-driven person. I'm not really affectionate like that. As
okay.
I get older, I kind of lean more into those things. But I'm a really logic reason person. Like I want stuff to make sense for me, and so I don't know. Maybe I'm on the spectrum or something. I don't know. Like I be feeling like that sometimes. I'm for real, and so like. Just prime example. Last night I was at work and this is what makes me think stuff like this. I was at work last night. This young man asked me to help him with a math problem. He was doing some return on equity stuff, like some accounting stuff. Man, it's been so long since I've done accounting stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going on there and I'm like, okay, let's Google some equations. Let's get this thing figured out. I'm over there. I'm just like writing all on his iPad. He has his computer up. We got this iPad, and I'm just like writing all these numbers down. And he was like, "Brittany, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just trying to plug this stuff in." And so I was like, "Well, try this answer." I said, "I don't think it's right, but try it." He was like, "Dang, that's it. You're a genius." Like, but I'm not thinking I'm a genius. Like I say stuff like that because my brain works a little differently sometimes, and so I think that's kind of how I respond and interact with men. And again, I'm trying to like get, kind of be a little different now. I'm a little bit more in tune with my emotions and stuff. But I think that's what makes it hard for men to know if I'm interested in them or not. Because I don't know. I don't really approach people in that way. I don't guess. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe somebody can help me that may listen to this episode. What's going on? Because I call myself for real. Like I feel like I call myself flirting at times, but I don't think it comes across as flirting. I don't know what I'm doing. That's basically what it is. I don't know what I'm doing. And so yeah. So the whole shoot, that's why when you said it's easy, I don't feel like it's easy. I don't feel like it's easy.
It depends on the person.
Approach someone, another guy like that you're interested, that you attracted to, that you see, or somebody you work with that you're really interested in. You don't know how to approach that or to let them know that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, maybe I'm because I'm not going to do that. Maybe because I don't want to. In a sense,
okay.
And nothing's wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And maybe so. Well, I think that's it is kind of something wrong with it. Like people need to know you like them at this age. Like you need to know like if I'm feeling you in some kind of way. But I just feel like it's hard.
And when you say that, going back to the discussion we had about that, because I remember that post, I think, like I said, it's a subtle way that we can do that. We can allow ourselves to be open. Because when you think about Ruth and Boaz, she laid herself on the floor to signal that she was available and open. Sometimes it's just you putting yourself in that position to be open or to even a laugh at a joke, something that signals. I don't know, but have you ever seen anybody you just was like?
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. I think as I think about this, I feel like I kind of know what the issue is. So as oh man, I don't want to say this out loud, but I think this is what it is. So as confident as I am, and as in what I got going on over here, because I mean it's not arrogance, but I think I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. You know, I ain't doing bad. I feel like there is a slight fear of rejection over here. I feel like that's what it is. But I think it comes from, and we've discussed this before, I feel like it comes from a sense of entitlement. Like, I feel like you should not tell me no. You know what I mean? Like, and so, because here's the thing about me. It takes a whole lot for me to be intrigued by a person, impressed by a person, interested in a person, attracted to a person. It takes a lot. It's like a process. Like, I don't wake up in the morning and just want to date people. You know, like that is like most of the time the furthest thing from my mind. And so if I am attracted to you, if I like subtly say something to you and you aren't like reciprocating, I ain't getting nothing, I'm gonna feel some kind of way. Cause I'm gonna be like, I thought about this. This made sense to me. It needs to make sense to you too. And it doesn't. And so now I'm like, for all these 30 yeses I'm going to get over here, this one no is going to mess me up. And I feel like that's what, and maybe I need to I need to rid myself of that. Because like, nobody has to tell me yet. Like nobody, if you're not interested in me, you do not have to be. Like there is not a demand for you to feel that way. But I feel like it is.
Can I give you a scenario and a possible different perspective on that?
Go for it.
So as a man, sometimes it might not be a rejection. It might be a situation to where a man know he got to come correct with certain women. So if you do show subtle interest, he could be like, okay, yes, but I'm not there yet. And this is not somebody I can play with.
Well, yeah.
But you might see that as a no.
As a no.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's possible. I've been told that before.
Okay.
Like, and not from a person I was dating, just from just a guy in general, you know. But here's the thing. My mind is not going to perceive that like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, because again, I'm a logic reason person, right? So yeah. I done thought about it. You know, I done thought through it. I'm like, oh man, yeah, that might be all right. And then you like, no, but I do respect it though. If that's the case, I respect it, but I'm still gonna be like, they just making up something. They just using it as an excuse. You know, like your mind,
right.
You think things like that, but I don't know.
Then you just need to just wait on God. You need to just stick with the word. The word say, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So stay hidden, sweetie.
Well, that's what I've been doing. That's exactly what I've been doing.
He got to make a special one for you. Just do not give up hope. Because you're fixed up.
Well, I appreciate it.
Now, I mean, I'm saying on the surface, fixed up. You know what I'm saying? You got your stuff together. Now, what's going on mentally? What's going on inside? I got my stuff
together. Don't you be...
See?
Do not discredit her.
Right.
So she said through and through.
Yeah. Make me out here seem like I got something going on.
Now she acting like she got some hood in her. What's going on here?
Don't mess with me.
I ain't no killer. But don't push me.
I wanna love you, Lord, with all of my